They called it a family reunion. I called it a public trial, held in my parents' living room, under fluorescent lights, where love always came laced with judgment. The air was thick with sweat and self-importance, the kind that sticks to your skin long after everyone's gone home. I stood there, half hidden behind the punch bowl, listening to my cousin explain how he saved a life during his residency. You'd think he'd split the atom. The applause, the nods, the proud smiles, every cheer felt like another quiet reminder of what I wasn't. They all had their success stories rehearsed. Marcus the miracle doctor, Jennifer the design queen, Dad the retired businessman who never failed at reminding me what real work looks like. My mother's laugh cut through the room, sugary and sharp. A real doctor, saving lives. That's a career with meaning. Her eyes flicked toward me. Not like mine, apparently. Some people, Dad muttered, spend their lives in basements calling it research. The chuckles that followed were polite, almost merciful. I smiled, pretended my punch was fascinating, and swallowed the bitterness with the ice. Research takes time, I said softly. Dad laughed, the kind that bruises. You've had a decade, Leah. A decade of passion projects and empty promises. Meanwhile, your cousin saves lives. Mom's voice landed like a verdict. She's 32 with nothing to show for it. No husband. No stability. Just experiments that never seemed to work. Every word was a scalpel. They didn't know that the things I built couldn't be shown on PowerPoints or Christmas cards. My work lived under microscopes, in petri dishes, in the quiet hum of machines that didn't care if anyone believed in me. Tell us, Leah, my uncle said, what exactly do you do that matters? I wanted to say everything. I wanted to say that the experiments they mocked had already changed how we understood immune resistance. But all that came out was immunotherapy research. Marcus raised a beer, smirking. Still theoretical? Still saving lives, just not the way you understand, I thought. But I didn't say it. Not yet. Then Mom said it again, louder this time. Exactly. Theoretical. Not practical. Not real. The laughter spread again, gentle, cruel. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I ignored it. It buzzed again. Then again. 6 messages. Director Hale, emergency grant review needed. My heart skipped. Director Hale. That's me. My institute. My creation. I opened my email. And there it was, an application. Marcus Hale, applying for an advanced fellowship. At my institute. The one I built from a 4-person lab into a $2.7 billion research center. The one my parents were currently mocking as a hobby. And there, in bold letters, applicant sponsor, Robert and Evelyn Hale. My parents. The irony hit like a tidal wave that I stepped outside and called my assistant. Walk me through it, I said. Marcus's application was flagged for conflict of interest, she explained. Your parents listed as sponsors. HR says your mother called this morning asking for priority processing. She, made some comments. I closed my eyes. Of course she did. What kind of comments? That real doctors deserve priority over people who waste time on theoretical research. Her voice was careful. She didn't know she was talking to your chief of staff. I almost laughed. Almost. Tell the board I'll be there in 45 minutes, I said. Should I inform them about the conflict? Not yet. They'll find out soon enough. When I walked back inside, they were bragging about renovations and marble bathrooms. Real success, my mother said, right on cue. I need to go, I said quietly. Of course, Dad scoffed. Running back to your little lab? My institute, I said. He frowned. Your what? My institute, I repeated. The Hale Institute for Medical Research. I run it. The laughter started instantly. Until Marcus's phone lit up. His face drained as he scrolled. Oh my God, he whispered. Dr. Leah Hale. Director and founder. Forbes 40 Under 40. Times 100 Most Influential in Medicine. The room fell silent. Mom's wine glass slipped from her hand. Dad sat down slowly. That's you? Yes, I said. That's me. They wanted proof, so I gave it to them. The papers, the trials, the grants. The work they said wasn't real, saving lives in hospitals across the world. You called my office this morning, I said softly. You told my chief of staff that real medicine doesn't happen in labs. Mom's face went white. I didn't know, you didn't ask, I cut in. You never asked. Dad looked broken. We thought we were helping. No, I said. You were protecting your idea of me. Not me. Uncle Paul shook his head, staring at his phone. Jesus, Leah. You testified before Congress. I did, I said. And still, here I am explaining myself at my own family reunion. Marcus looked at me, voice shaking. What happens to my application? I'll recuse myself, I said. The committee will decide. On merit. He nodded, eyes glassy. It's the most competitive fellowship in the country. Then I hope your work is strong enough, I said gently. Silence. No one moved. Jennifer whispered, why do you live so simply if you run all this? I smiled faintly. Because success isn't measured in square footage or car models. It's measured in impact. I turned toward the door, my phone buzzing again. Board meeting in 20 minutes. My father's voice was barely audible. You have a board? 15 members, I said. 3 Nobel laureates. 2 former NIH directors. I paused at the door. For years, you told me I was wasting my life. But the truth is, I just refused to live it by your definition. No one spoke. The house was silent except for the faint hum of the refrigerator. I looked back once. My work doesn't fit on your scoreboard, I said. It's bigger than that. Then I walked out, past the laughter, past the judgment, into the sunlight that finally felt like mine. That if you've ever been underestimated, remember, silence is the sharpest revenge. Because when truth finally speaks, it doesn't need to raise its voice.